That's good. Yeah. What was the other word?
Today we have a special opportunity to honor Nathan Yoder as he joins the Brotherhood of the Eagle Scouts. My name is Jacob Fay, and I'm pleased to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. Please rise for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the invocation presented by Timmy Armstrong. Color guard, advance the colors. Scout salute. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Post the colors.
You're ready, let me know.
Please join us in the Scout Oath and Law. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey Scout law, Scout oath to people all times, to keep myself to be strong, and to obey from all straight. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Would Timmy Armstrong please get up here for the for the invocation?
Please bow your heads in which you are accustomed to. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be fulfilled. Blessed are the merciful, for they obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God.
Thank you. You may be seated. I now call upon Paul Cummings, Assistant Scoutmaster, as representative of the Boy Scouts of America, to officially convene this program.
By the power vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Nathan Yoder. Before we continue with our program this afternoon, I think it's fitting to pause for a moment and remind ourselves of what scouting means in the lives of boys and in the life of our community. Each scout brings different needs, interests, and abilities to scouting, and each takes different lessons away. But research has shown that, by and large, scouting has an enormous impact on young men's lives. Just listen to these amazing statistics. Of any 100 boys who become scouts, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in their first year. Perhaps this may be regarded as a failure, but later in life, all of these will remember that they had been scouts and will speak well of the program. Of the 100, 12 will be from families who have no religious affiliation. Through scouting, these 12 and many of their families will be brought into contact with a church, synagogue, or mosque, and will continue to be active all their lives. 6 of the 100 will enter the ministry. Each of the 100 will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. Many will serve in the military and in varying degrees profit from their scout training. At least one will use it to save another person's life, and many will credit it with saving their own. 4 of the 100 will reach the rank of Eagle, and at least one will later say that he values his Eagle badge above his college degree. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge work and scouting contacts. 17 of the 100 boys will later become scout leaders and give leadership to thousands of additional boys. Only 1 in 4 boys in America will become a scout, but it's interesting to know that of the leaders of this nation in business, religion, and politics, 3 of 4 were scouts. This afternoon, of course, we're here to honor not 100 scouts, but just 1. In a moment, we'll hear about some of the things he has learned in scouting. While we know the things he has done in the past, we can only imagine what he'll do in the future.
This is the voice of the eagle who has watched for years as you struggled to ascend to our Everett. Think back for a moment, back to the days when you first joined Scouting. How small you felt in your crisp new uniform, struggling to recite the Scout oath and law with the other Scouts. I watched as you stole a glance upward, looking towards the clouds and wondering if you could ever achieve the summit of Scouting. Soon you began to advance, mastering the oath and law and beginning to learn the ways of other Scouts. You camped overnight and then for a weekend, and then spent an entire week away from home at a summer camp. I watched you grow, that week in skills and in spirit. And I saw the pride on your face as the Scoutmaster handed you your tenderfoot badge. Soon, your tenderfoot badge was long gone, replaced by the second class badge, and then by the first class Scout. You had begun in earnest to climb towards Eagle, and I had watched. I could sense your determination. But I also knew that many Scouts start off determined, only become discouraged. But the climb from first class to Eagle become harder with each step, and only a handful of Scouts reached the top. In fact, as you climbed, you could see that there were far fewer Scouts ahead of you, clearing the path, than there were behind you, following in your footsteps. I watched you grow in other ways as well. You joined Troop 70 in 2012 after having gotten your start in Boy Scouts as a member of Troop 62 Rambling Rams Patrol. You served as a patrol leader from Troop 70's Braves Patrol from July 2015 through June 2018. You are the last Scout in Troop 70 to wear the now discontinued red and white headdress patrol patch that once was used by all three patrols of this troop. You earned your tootenship and firemanship during your first summer camp week at Rodney. In the Brown Sea program during August 2012, you completed youth protection training most recently in 2018. You were elected by your fellow Scouts to Scouting's National Honor Society, the Order of the Arrow in 2014. You completed your deal in October 2014, and you sealed your membership in the Order by attaining Brotherhood in June 2016. You served as Troop 70's OA representative for 6 terms from July 2015 through June 2018. You provided service to historic Claymont Tour in September 2014. You were awarded Troop 70's 100% Camper Honor in 2015 and again in 2016. You earned the National Outdoor Award for camping in August 2014 with a total of 5 devices for having camped in excess of 150 nights. You earned the World Conservation Award, that is the Panda Patch, in August 2018. Your exemplary leadership was evident consistently. You were awarded the Troop 70 Peacemaker Award by your fellow Scouts in June 2016. You were awarded the Troop 70 Red Feather Award by an adult Scouter in June 2015, and again in June 2018. You attended the BSA National Jamboree at Summit Bachelor Reserve in West Virginia during 2017. You were a member of crew CR062118F for Coral Reef Sailing at Florida Sea Base in June 2018, during which trek you earned the Snorkeling BSA Award. I watched as you demonstrated leadership by developing, planning, executing, and delivering a project to improve the landscaping in a parking lot here at Tony United Methodist Church. 18 volunteers devoted 163 hours to complete this work. You simultaneously earned a bronze Eagle Palm and gold Eagle Palm for having earned 10 merit badges beyond the 21 required to earn an Eagle Scout rank. I would be remiss if I did not mention your 12 terms, that's 6 years serving as a troop bugler. You not only were diligent in performing the reveille, But after repeated requests from admirers, you took upon yourself the challenge of learning to play Freebird. Providing you were presented with a sheet of music. Can any other troupe in Delmarva Council lay claim to such a unique early morning 1-2 punch? I think not. I watched as you led others to improve the landscaping in the parking lot islands at Toma United Methodist Church in Claymont. 18 volunteers devoted 163 hours to complete this work. Now I stand ready with all the Eagles who have gone before you to welcome you to our area as you join the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts. To paraphrase something that you often said while with us, what you are going to do next, Mr. Yoder. This is the voice of the Eagle.
I now invite Nate Hollinger to review the arms and accomplishments of the Eagle.
The awarding of the Eagle Badge is an important and serious occasion, the climax and goal for which a scout works many years, an occasion of pride and joy, a time of serious contemplation. It is a cumulative of effects in various leaderships of a scout. The Eagle Award is the highest and most coveted rank in scouting. Only 4% of all those who join Scouts achieve the Eagle rank. At this point, we trust that you have achieved your purpose in the building of character, training for leadership, and the practice of service. The requirements of the Eagle Scout rank are as follows. 1. Be active in your troop for a period of at least 6 months after you have achieved the rank of Life Scout. 2. Demonstrate that you live by the principles of the Scout Oath and Law in your everyday life. 3. Earn a minimum of 21 merit badges, of which 13 are required for Eagle. Nathan has earned 35 merit badges. 4. While a Life Scout, serve actively for a 6-month period in one or more qualifying positions of responsibility. Nathan served as Assistant Senior Patrol Leader, Bugler, Patrol Leader, and Order of the Air Representative. 5. While a Life Scout, plan, develop, and give leadership to others in a service project, helping any religious institution, any school, or your community. Nathan led others in improving the landscape of the parking lot islands at Atonement United Methodist Church in Claymont. 6. Take part in a Scoutmaster Conference. And 7. Successfully complete an Eagle Scout Board Review. Nathan satisfied all 6 of the prior requirements, as well as the board's requirements on September 6, 2018.
A few words on Nathan. I'd like to invite Matt Yoder, Nathan's father, to offer a few words on Nathan.
You heard this earlier. Right at the very beginning, but if the troop would help me here. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Nancy and I have found that we can say that Nate is each one of these. We know we're a little prejudiced, and we know we're not privy to everything teenage boys do, but Nate represents scouting very well. Some of these characteristics are easy to see. Nate has a desire to be helpful. Couple that with an uncanny awareness of certain things, and you have a boy, and now a young man, who's out there picking up and returning something that a person has dropped numerous times. We've also found ourselves waiting for him as he holds the door open, not just for one person, but for everybody who comes behind them. He has been Nancy's right arm and legs for years. We'll hear it in the house. Nate, can you get whatever for Mom? Nate can be reserved, and he comes by that honestly. Some of the other characteristics are revealed in subtle ways, not necessarily by what can be said, but by what he does or doesn't do. Nate was encouraged by his first Scoutmaster, Pat Lynch, to join Scouts, and we're grateful for her persistence because he was not involved in Cub Scouts. He has needed the guidance that all kids do, but we didn't have to force him to go to meetings or camp weekends because Nate loves Scouting. We're very proud of him.
Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great honor. It is also a great responsibility. At this time, the voice of the Eagle will remind you of what it means to live as an Eagle Scout.
This is the voice of the Eagle. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great accomplishment. Being an Eagle Scout is a great responsibility. As an Eagle, the Scout Oath and the Scout Law should take on new meaning for you. The motto and slogan take on new urgency. As an Eagle, your first obligation is to live with honor. You are a marked man, a leader, for good or ill. People will follow the example you set. Give up anything before you give up your reputation and good name. As Shakespeare said, mine honor is my life, both grow in one. Take honor from me, and my life is done. Let the white of your badge remind you of honor. Your second obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be loyal. As a follower, you promise to be loyal to those above you. Now, as a leader, you must also be loyal to those below you, treating them as you would be treated. And you must also be loyal to your ideals, not letting others sway you from your course. Let the blue of the Eagle badge remind you of your loyalty. Your third obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Stepping into your new role as a leader, you will face many challenges and obstacles. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. You must have the courage to do what is right, no matter what other people say or do. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you of your courage. Your fourth obligation is to serve others, for a leader is above all a servant. Let the practice of your daily good turns lead to a lifetime of service, for only in giving of yourself do you give anything of value, just as it always has. Let the scroll on your badge remind you of service. Your final obligation as an Eagle Scout is to have vision. As a leader, you must now blaze your own trail, just as an American bald eagle soaring high above the ground can look far into the distance. So, too must you look far into the future? Many people will follow you. Only with vision will you lead them in the right direction. Let the silver eagle hanging from your badge remind you of your vision. These are your obligations as an Eagle Scout: honor, loyalty, courage, service, and vision. By meeting these obligations, you can lead your troop, your community, your nation towards a better tomorrow. This is the voice of the Eagle.
like to introduce Matt Singleton and administer the Eagle Scout Promise.
Many times over the last few years, you've joined with your fellow scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. Now, you will stand and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said so many times before, this afternoon you will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. I'd like all Eagle Scouts in the audience to stand at this time and rededicate themselves by repeating the Scout Promise with the new Eagle Scout. Scouts, repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example. My rank and my influence count strongly for the better of scouting and for the better of citizenship. In my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. You may be seated.
It's now time for the highlight of our program, the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. I ask Ken Dahl, Scoutmaster, to come forward and make the appropriate presentation.
With the honor board, please escort Nathan down to where his parents are seated. You can go have a seat. Okay. What are we going to do next, Mr. Yoder? That's cropped up a couple times because he was always asking the adult leaders what are we going to do next. What are we going to do next, Mr. Hall? And I told him I would make him pay for that. Okay. Nathan, your mother has undoubtedly been a great source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. I'd like your mother to pin your Eagle Medal on your uniform. In recognition of your mother's devotion, please present her with this Eagle Mother's Pin. It is also customary to give her the Eagle Scout's kiss. father has been the source of much advice and guidance along the Eagle Trail. So I'd like your father to present the Eagle Scout certificate to you. Look that way. It's picture time. In return, please present your father with his Eagle Father will help him. Okay, now I need your father to stay up here. And I need you to take off your neckerchief. Oops, I'm sorry. Give you the slide. I'll put this in the back. And that's the If this one works, you have to roll these really tight. Yeah. And now, for the first time, I'd like to introduce in public to you Troop 70's newest Eagle Scout, Nathan Yoder. Are you asking me what we're going to do next? Yeah, and you didn't ask for a roast, and I could give you one all by myself. The first time I met Nate, he had come with Troop 62 to summer camp with us. And they set up in the tents for the first night, Sunday night. And he comes and seeks me out because I'm one of the adult leaders. Assistant Scoutmaster at the time, and he says, Mr. Dahl, I think I saw a ground wasp in that hole over there. I said, really? He said, yeah, what should we do about it? I said, well, first of all, night, so nothing's going to happen until morning, if it happens at all. I said, so why don't we just sleep on it and see, what takes place? So I guess you did get stoned, so nothing must have happened. But the other story that's interesting about Nate, we went to Accurate Scout Reservation one time, and I set up an orienteering course, and they went out in teams of 2, and Nate went out with his brother Dan, and they completed the course in the fastest time. And when they came in, the teams had set out at different times and came in at different times, but I told them, you guys did it the fastest, and did it, hit all the controls. And Nate walks away. Comes back about 3 minutes later. He says, did we really do it better than anybody else, Mr. Dahl? And I said, yeah, you did. I mean, I wouldn't be leading you on about that. So, anyway, that's Nate. That's Nate for you. Always making sure that he's done things right. Speaking of doing things right, this is your Eagle Scout badge, which you can now replace your life badge with on your uniform. Nate does not turn 18 until May 26th, so you are obligated to move that off and put that on your uniform. After that, you may wear the Eagle medal once you age out. Once you age out and turn 18, we are giving you the Eagle Scout knot, which will get put above the left pocket. I'll take those back from you now. We also have here the mentor pin that you may present to whomever you feel assisted you with best or most along your scouting path. Finally, we have the originator of this joke is here, Matt Bitt. We have your Eagle Scout card. It's not a credit card. What it does, though, is say when you earned your Eagle rank, which was at your board review on September 6th, 2018, And if you ever need to go pick up anything from a scout shop that is Eagle Regalia, this card will prove to them that you are in fact an Eagle Scout. They can look it up too, but this card will do that for you. This Court of Honor is moving along pretty fast. This isn't our ordinary rotation to get things done. So at this point, we have submitted requests for letters of recognition, but because we're moving rapidly, none of them have yet shown up. But suffice it to say, we've asked for tokens and letters of congratulations from members of our area representatives, both in local, that is the state of Delaware, as well as national. I'm looking for one letter that is here, which is written by me, which I know is in here. This is Nathan's book, by the way, and we will have this in the reception area afterwards, which is in the adult education room of this building. Mrs. Doe also requests that there be 4 scouts to come back and help serve the cake and the punch. If I can't find it, I'll just wing it. Oh, and so the one letter I can read is from me. Hello, Nathan. Cheryl and I finished putting together the summary of your scouting accomplishments for the program of your Eagle Court of Honor on Sunday. As you do not age out until May of next year, and you have expressed interest in continuing to be active through that time, and that pleases me greatly, please allow me to point out a few things for you to consider. First, you are 1 merit badge short of earning your 3rd Eagle Palm. That's the silver palm. You automatically qualify for the bronze and gold palms and became an Eagle Scout under the new advancement rules. And those palms will be presented to you sometime in the next couple of weeks. I have to get those from the council office. You can likely earn a scholarship merit badge with a little extra effort if that interests you and given your academic record. And that extra badge will get you, this is 3rd. There are others, of course. You will have to satisfy the 3 months time requirement, something that you will achieve before the end of this year. For your final months as a youth in Troop 70, I would like for you to become an official, I would like for you to become a junior assistant scoutmaster. I hope you'll consider filling this role. Officially, your term began at the beginning of this month. You will continue in the current positions through the end of this year, as well as serve as junior assistant scoutmaster. Grant Fairwell is one as well. As junior assistant scoutmaster, you are authorized to sign off on advancement requirements for Troop 70 scouts up to the 1st class rank. We have quite a few such scouts working to advance right now. There's an urgent need to get them through their advancement milestones. So, do you accept? Yes. Sure. So then here is your badge and rank. Thank you. I don't need to hear the rest. Well, I guess. Finally, I invite you to use me as a reference for seeking employment or other worthwhile goals during the next few years. I'm more than happy to recommend you for such purposes and would gladly write a letter to that effect if needed. Congratulations on your scouting path today. Yours in Scouting Kendall, Scoutmaster Troop 70 Peacemakers. Again, we will have the book in the back. You can take a look at Nate's project of improving the appearance of the parking islands here at Atonement Church. The islands are back where you should be parked. If you're not, then go back and look anyway. When I became Scoutmaster, I made a promise that I would create and present each Eagle Scout of Troop 70 with a commemorative staff that shows their path to Eagle. And this is Nathan's. I've already informed him it's a work in progress, like the roads here in Delaware. There are some things that are not here to make it official. For some reason or another, I don't have the Scout emblem on here, so I have to get that. I have to put a tip on it, and then we'll explain this later. But this staff is sweet gum. It's from Rodney Scout Reservation, where we spent many of our summer camp weeks, from the side of Bull Mountain. And the black line is the trail through Eagle, and it has not only the ranks, but also the dates that Nathan achieved those ranks, beginning on 20 December in 2011, when he became a scout with Troop 62, continuing all the way up through the Eagle Scout rank of 6th September 2018. At the top is a Troop 70 logo. In copper, it's flame painted copper. It's not painted particularly well with flame. I'm not that great at it yet, but hopefully it'll get better. It's the Troop 70 logo. It has Nathan's name here, as well as the phrase "Freebird," in honor of his having learned are, Nathan is our 102nd Eagle Scout in Troop 70. So if you use binary representation, I'm not going to go through that in great detail, but this is the equivalent of 102. The greens are ones and the yellows are zeros. So Nathan, this is yours. And you and I will have to get back together for me to finish it sometime in the next week or two. Okay? And that's it. We're at the Eagles response. We've heard a lot this afternoon about what it means to be an Eagle Scout. Now our honoree will have a chance to tell us a little about what being an Eagle Scout means to him.
Hello. First of all, I want to give God credit and glory in this. And I also want to thank all of you for coming and for everyone who has helped me through my entire scouting adventure. I have been blessed with all of your support. For all the younger scouts aspiring to become as an Eagle Scout, Mr. Dahl is right when he says, get as much as you can done before you make it to high school, because that is when you become more involved in other things in scouting. I also say that you should not procrastinate when you're doing something like this. It causes too much stress. Scouting has shown me skills and strength I didn't even know I had. It shaped me into who I am today. Thank you all for your kindness and support, especially my mom and dad, who have been an incredible amount of encouragement, inspiration, and love. I could not have done any of this without all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again, Nathan. And I'll call on Paul Cummings to close this Court of Honor.
By the power vested in me by the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor closed. Today has indeed been a special day. Thank you all for coming out and participating in this wonderful event. Let's give our new Eagle Scout one more round of applause. Following closing, everyone will have the opportunity to congratulate Nathan and join us for a reception in the Adult Education Room. I now call on our new Eagle Scout to give our benediction.
O Lord, grant I may possess the will and the strength to live up to my solemn obligations, to do my duty to God and my country, to serve my community, to make all mankind be trustworthy, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, to help others at all times, especially those who are weak or in need, to assist my fellow scouts along the Eagle Trail, providing leadership and inspiration that they may also experience the fulfilling rewards of scouting, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight in every undertaking of my daily life, to respect our wildlife and environment, to be prepared and to do my best in every endeavor, never to forget that I am an Eagle Scout, and always to remember that I represent the ideals of the highest achievement in scouting, a symbol of good character or citizenship and of wholesome worth and honor. Amen.
Thank you, Nathan. You may join your family. Please rise for the retiring of the colors. Color guard, retire the colors. Scout salute. Two, this Court of Honor is now dismissed. Thank you for coming. We invite you to join us in the adult education room at cake and punch reception, where you may offer your personal congratulations to Nathan.
Mm-hmm.